Hello, guys. How are you doing? Today, we're going to dive into the classics, into the Matrix episodes, why there is no spoon. If you remember the scene where Neo comes to the psychic and he meets the gifted kid there that is bending spoons, if you haven't watched the movie. And the kid is just sitting there playing with spoons, bending them over and over again. And Neo gets interested and tries to bend the spoon as well. And obviously, he fails. He looks at the kid like, and the kid says that once you realize that you cannot bend the spoon because it's impossible, there is only you that can bend. There is no spoon. The spoon doesn't exist. And when Neo realizes this, he bends the spoon easily. And this scene was abused as the Matrix movie itself. The scene was abused into manifestation space. And today I want to finally get into my space in the queue and abuse it too. Because, guys, I've been recently doing the Gateway Tapes meditations and when I was doing the Focus 12 meditation, I felt something. I am definitely onto something because I was basically going into this Focus 12 meditation. This is the space where you kind of open your mind to the like kind of higher frequencies, to higher knowledge whatsoever. And either I communicated with something or I got the spiritual download, call it however you like, but I felt this scene, like this idea that there is nothing to bend, that there is no spoon, there is nothing to change but self. I felt it so vividly, like something literally made me feel it, like everything that is coming from the inside, like you are the spoon, basically. And today I want to translate this feeling, translate this idea, this knowledge that I got as much as possible in words to you, so you can use this in your manifestation practice. And if you don't know who I am, nice to meet you. I'm Anna. On this channel, I share everything I learned and know about the law of assumption. All the tips that I share are based on my personal experience, what has worked for me. Long ago, I have been in a really dark place for years, for decades, easier to say. And then I started applying law of assumption in a more consistent way, in the more structured, routine based way, and my life started shifting rapidly. And this is how I also developed my 30 days manifestation challenges. So if you're someone who is struggling with consistency in the law of assumption, you have tried all and every possible techniques, but nothing is working for you. You know that manifestation is working, but it doesn't work for you. And you're aware that if you were consistent, if you actually put the work in, you would manifest it, but you need just the knock in your butt. Welcome, I am the one knocking there. And if you need this help, go and check my Patreon. There will be 30 days manifestation challenges that you can enjoy. And now let's get deep into the topic of today's video. I have my notes here. Usually I have my laptop, but today I decided to go old school because my laptop is also like, it's just that I open it so rarely that I don't want to charge it right now. So, guys, let's start with the basics of manifestation, how we manifest, and a little bit of psychology there for it, right? So, when we are manifesting the something like money, relationship, specific person, whatever it is, like, right, we are manifesting different things. We perceive this as something external, something very far outside of ourselves. That there is something, like usually this desire, we give it like a separate identity, a separate mind that can decide whether this desire comes to us or not. And this desire is kind of like separate, illogical, and it can come now, it can come in a year, it can come like in 5 years, divine timing, blah blah blah, right? And we are impatient, we want it now, it doesn't come, and we get triggered, we get obsessed, we get angry, like opposite circumstance in our reality happens, and what we do, we react, right? So basically, what the problem is there and why we react, why we get triggered so much, is because we think that there is something outside of us that can decide whether we are going to get our desire or we are not going to get our desire, right? When in the reality, nothing can decide whether we are going to get it or not. We are the source of everything in our life. And what I want to suggest to you to do is to kind of meditate on this idea. You do not need to necessarily do the gateway meditations. By the way, you can find them on YouTube. Just type gateway experience, gateway tapes, and do them one by one. So I want to kind of how I did it. So I got into very deep meditative state, and I was like communicating with something, and I was asking like, show me like how it feels to be the version of like myself that I need to be in order to get what I want. Like customize it to what you want, right? And I kind of like started feeling this feeling of being the source of everything. And basically, this is correct. You are the key to the existence of everything in your reality. So think about it like this. Even people do not exist if you do not exist. So you, as the version of yourself, you have the power to give life to the versions of people in your reality. And let's say if the person dies, the perceiver, all the versions of these people die with them. They cannot be perceived because you have different versions of people and objects in your reality from what they actually are in their reality. So like you perceive your friend very differently from how I could perceive your friend, a stranger, their mother, whatsoever. So this is very different experience. All the things can come to life through you because you perceive them, you give them life, right? In the reality, we cannot get something, or we get something based on our beliefs that we have. So your beliefs are basically the lenses through which you perceive one or another thing in your life. And we do not get something again because of these beliefs. So when I was meditating in this state, right, at one moment of time, like if you seriously like get into this idea that there is nothing to change but self, there is nothing to change but self, there is no spoon, you cannot bend the spoon, you cannot change the external thing, you can only change yourself, and then the thing will change as well, right? When you like kind of get in this state, you get this internal feeling, you get this knowing, like you know this, that there is only you who you can change, you are the only perceiver, you can only like get all of the things through changing yourself. So when you understand this, your limiting beliefs stop making sense to you. So for instance, when you are kind of like manifesting, let's say, relationship, right? Or whatever else, a lot of us experience doubts. A lot of us start thinking that, oh yeah, I'm currently manifesting, but what if like I'm not the person that this ideal like my ideal partner would want? What if they will abandon me? What if they will walk away? What if? So basically doubts are not necessarily like, first of all, they are obviously not real. Second, doubts are just old mental structures, they are old mental habits that you put your trust in. So you never lack trust, as Bashar says, into your ideal version of self. Like it's not like you do not believe that you can achieve something or you can be with the dream person, like in your dream relationship. It's that you believe that you will never be the person in your dream relationship. You believe that you will not achieve your dream life because you hold onto those beliefs. This is important thing you need to understand about doubts. So basically, when you understand, like you get into this feeling that I am the beginning and end of everything, right? Your old patterns stop making sense. Your doubts, your limiting beliefs stop making sense because you realize this, that you literally can put your trust into something different. A lot of times we battle with our limiting beliefs because we consider them to be like ourselves, that this is not just a random thought that we have repeated thousands of times. We consider them ourselves. A lot of you guys comment under my videos or under my posts like, I have this limiting belief, like I believe that, like I can only I don't know, like I will only believe it when I see it, right? I cannot believe that I'm good. I cannot believe in my desired reality. Hey Kate, like how are you? I know that you are watching, so basically, what does this mean? You think it's not like you doubt that you can get something. You think that you're the opposite of it, and instead of perceiving your limiting belief as just a random thought, it's hard for you to change it because you think that this is your identity, and this is very like hard for us to change our identity because like we are used that it's people are not changing, right? Or like it's so complicated, like it's so complicated for you only because you hold on to these beliefs. But when you separate them from yourselves, you separate them from your mind, you understand that you do not have to hold to these beliefs. You do not owe them. You are not binded by the legal contract. It's not your mortgage that you have to pay for like 50 years or whatsoever. This is way easier for you to just abandon these beliefs, just put your trust into something very different. And the point is, when you like come to this understanding that like, hey, I actually don't have to like hold on to this belief, I can put my trust into something absolutely different. When you understand that there is nothing to change but self, there is nothing to like, there is no spoon, there is nothing, there is only you, you start affirming very differently. You start acting very differently. When it comes to thinking as if, when it comes to your thoughts, it's way, way easier for you. You become so much kinder to yourself. You become so much more patient. You waver way less. You are like anxious way less when it comes to, am I going to get it or not? Like you just know, like when you make this, like when you make this, it's very hard for me to explain the mechanics of it because like I have, you know, I have been in this space, like in manifestation space for literally like 13 years, like, but you need, like, I have felt it only recently, like when I was meditating. Like I'm not a big meditation person, like if something, you know, I just heard about this gateway tapes, I decided to try start doing them. Who knew? Right? So it's hard to explain the knowing, but the point is everyone has the access to this knowing. It's not some kind of the limited spiritual knowledge, like it just crystallized easier for me because I have been repeating this to myself more and more and more. It's not like some weird ass enlightenment that you mortals cannot get, only I can get this, right? No, you can get it too. Like you just need to repeat it to yourself, and then like literally the more you expose your mind to something, the more flexible it gets to these ideas, right? And the easier it's changeable. So this is why in my challenges I also stand so hard on repetition. A lot of you think that you have your beliefs and this is so hard to change them, but again, you have them because you repeat them so many times. When you start repeating something absolutely different, guess what? Your beliefs change. But for that, you also need to like stop repeating the old shit. But this is the topic for another video that is also going to be on my channel. Why some people get successful with manifestation and some people no, like at all, and only keep complaining. So if you want to watch this video, follow this channel and stay stay consistent with following it. Anyway, guys, what else? So you start affirming really differently. You affirm from the inner knowledge that this thing is yours. This is why creation is finished. This is why all of your sayings belong to you, whatever you think about, because you are the source. Like, there is nothing outside of you that can decide that you are not going to get it. The only way how outside can decide that you are not going to get it is if you have the corresponding limiting beliefs. Your beliefs are the key. Like, you are the key to everything that you want to get in life. The only reason why you are not getting something is because you believe that you have to get something different. This is it. So I hope that this video was useful for you. In case if you have any other questions, leave them in comments. I always answer your comments, guys. I get so happy and excited to read them. I always love communicating with you. There are no videos where your comments are not answered. If you want to become a part of my membership program, go and check on Patreon. I'll be even happier to work with you directly on achieving your dreams, guys. There's so many things. Autumn is the time when you lock in to get your desires. 30 days is not too much to manifest whatever it is that you want and become an absolutely different person. And I wish all of you exact this thing. I'll see you soon in my next videos.